Welcome, Fables and Fairy Tales. Today I'm going to be showing you how I made a bed for Ever After High's Kitty Cheshire. So here is the doll, the plan, and then here is what the finished bed will look like. So starting off, I've already wrapped a smooth foam block that is shorter yet wider than my usual smooth foam blocks in this sort of knit pattern, which don't get too attached to it, it'll eventually get covered up with something else later. And then I was taking some toilet paper rolls and using some popsicle sticks as support. I then wrapped it around with some gray yarn to kind of mimic a cat tree. And originally I'm going to glue them onto this platform, and then I'm going to realize that it is not enough tension for the hammock I'm going to do, so it was going to be glued onto the sides later. But here is a sort of layout of what's going to happen, and here's my little sketch that I drew of this. And here is the hammock iteration number 1, where I realized that the tension is not enough for the hammock, which, by the way, I made it with a chevron pattern fabric that I got from Spoonflower, which I think is intended to be a Kitty Cheshire cosplay pattern. And then I found this really cool trim that looks like it has little balls of yarn on the end of it to put that on. But anyways, here I am kind of attempting to demonstrate what it will look like when I've fixed these cat tree poles. And as you can see, the remnants of when they were glued onto the platform, so hence why we are going to cover it up with this fabric that I also got from Spoonflower that I thought was similar enough. It had that sort of knitted texture to it anyways. And then, so I covered it, but I still have the old fabric peeking underneath so we can still remember it. I made these little pieces of cardboard and I wrapped them in that fabric with a piece of felt on the bottom. And so I'm going to glue the scratching post to the cardboard pieces and then also glue those underneath the platform. Now let's finally move on to this blanket. Enough of the structure. So I have this purple satiny fabric and this purple lavender curly Q fabric and this lace that's like this nice fun gradient, as well as this black trim. And as I'm going to demonstrate sort of here, I'm going to be fabric gluing the trim to the top of the blanket, and then using this piece of foam as my template, I cut out 2 more pieces of the purple satin, and then I have this black mesh from a previous project. I'm going to serge those all up, and whoa, it's like magic. They're done. Whoa. So everything is so cute. Oh my gosh, I love when everything comes together. I also put more of that trim around the top of the scratching post, and you can also see the old platform fabric underneath on the scratching post, and I had to get even more of this trim. It was a crazy time. I was like, oh no, I need more. But yeah, this is how the final bed turned out. And to review, here's what the plan looked like. And voila, this is the final bed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and which character should I make a bed for next. Thanks for watching, Fairy Tales. Bye!